Hello, ladies and gentlemen. I'm glad to see you. How are you today? I hope you're all in a good condition. Okay, first, allow me to introduce myself. My name is Bertha Deviani. You can call me Maya. And today I'm here to talk to you about the comparison and contrast between public school and private school. Why I chose this topic? Because choosing a school is not easy. And many people are still confused about public or private school. So the purpose of this presentation is to give you know more about public school and private school so that later you can choose which one is the best for you. Alright, let's start the presentation. Here are the points of our presentation today. First is the definition of public school and private school. The second is the decision factors for determining what type of school is best for you. And the third is compare and contrast between public school and private school. And the fourth is advantages and disadvantages of public school and private school. Let's start with the first, the definition public school and private school. Anyone of you know what is public school or private school? No answer? Okay, let's see what is public school and private school. A public school is a school that is supported financially with the government and usually provides free education. And a private school is a school founded, conducted, and maintained by a private group rather than by the government. At private schools, students pay tuition to attend. Okay, let's move to the next slide. We have decision factors for determining what type of school is best for you. The first, we have academic reputation and college preparation. The second, school size and class size. The third is safety reputation. The fourth, special programs. The fifth, cost. The sixth, religious and moral instruction. The seventh, location. And the last is ideology. Alright, in the next slide, we have compare and contrast between public school and private school. The first is class size. The class size in public schools can be as large as 25 to 30 students or more. And for private school, most private schools keep their class size closer to an average of 10 to 15 students, depending on the school. And the second, teachers. Teachers in public school may or may not be certified, but often hold a graduate degree or higher education. And teachers in private school must meet all state's mandated requirements and be highly proficient in their subjects area. This is have at least a BA with major in their subjects. Most teachers have master's degrees. The third is schedule. For public schools, schedule is often a mix of graduation requirements and electives. For private schools, schedule is dictated by the school. Fourth is funding. Funding public school is from federal government, state government, local government, or people's taxes, grants, awards, and donation. And for private school, funding comes from tuition, gifts, endowments, private corporation, and fundraising events. And the last is admissions procedure. For public school, have to accept any student within the designated geographical area of the school. And for private school, technically do not have to. They can have test requirements and other forms of assessment before granting admission. Alright, next move to the next slide. We have the advantages and disadvantages of public school and private school. For public school, we have first advantages is it is free for students in many countries. And the second, you can get involved in many activities like club, sports, art, and all these are funded by the government. And public schools have students from many races, community, culture, or income, all sharing the same classroom, which creates a sense of diversity. For these advantages, due to the increasing emphasis on grading rather than knowledge, students are treated as learning machines who are just taught to produce results. Public schools too are made to teach students to increase grades, not their level of knowledge and interest. For the second, large class size are sometimes a disadvantage as due to limited funding from the government, the infrastructure is limited. The next, for advantages and disadvantages private school. First, we have private school have more sophisticated teaching methods. The second, private school will have a better individual learning experience and are also more likely to get help with other issues our might experience. And the third is alternative teaching methods. Apart from conventional teaching methods, private school often also offer alternative teaching styles. And for the fourth is use of latest technologies. Some private schools may also have better technological equipment compared to public school. And for the last advantages, private school higher chance to get into top universities. Private school often also have it much easier to get into top universities. This is often due to the fact that through a better individual learning experience. And for these advantages of private school, first we have private schools can be expensive. The second may be harder to get in. The third, less extracurricular activities. And the last is high level of pressure. Well, we've come to the last part of my presentation. If you have any question, you can send it to my email in mayabertadevini@gmail.com. And for the conclusion of my presentation today, the only thing that matters is what you achieve, not where you achieve that. May it be a public school or private school. Students' learning capability is not different, and everyone is taught that the same with some different in teaching method. Students are like wet clay. We just need to shape them right. The methods might be different, but the end goal is to get the best out of them. And choose wisely while deciding for the schools, as the costless ones might not teach you something that you might get to learn every day from the public schools. And that is to survive every day being challenged in every means. Well, that's all about my presentation today. Thank you for your attention and participation. See you in the next moment.